I think it's about time we finish this project once and for all. In case you're new here, this is my 2004 Chevy Corvette Z06. I bought this thing wrecked about 3 months ago, and I've been rebuilding it ever since. And today is finally the day that we're gonna finish it. Now you might be wondering, what is there to finish? I mean, looks pretty good to me. Well, that's because I'm recording this as we're almost done. But I guess let's cut back to the very beginning. Now there are a few problems with the car, but the main issue that I'm having is it leaks more water than the Titanic. I didn't put the window far enough this way, so air is able to get into this gasket. So that means that this thing needs to stay inside at all times because I live in Washington and it's always raining. So let's fix that. Come on. And it's just that easy. There you go. And now it should be as simple as just shifting this backwards. The gap is pretty small now. I'm going to compare it to the driver's side because I know this side is good. Wow. That is big. What? It's like the size of my finger. This side is like, huh. Something here isn't making sense. Well, I'm not entirely sure why this side is whistling, even though the gap on that side is way bigger, but this seems to be really good now. And there's one more test we should do before we go for a ride. So I got some water. We're just going to spray that in there. Oh, you see that? It's still leaking water. I hate to say it, but I think I actually just made it worse. I decided to do some investigating, some CIA levels of investigating, and I had a major breakthrough. Apparently the C5 Corvette has a 2-stage window seal, and I put the window too far back to the point that it was no longer engaging the stage that it was supposed to be engaging. So, after some minor adjustments and using my proprietary system for testing for water leaks, our water leak is fixed. But while we're on the topic of windows, let's fix the driver's side. But it's not leaking, it's making a terrible noise. I think it's about time we fix that. Oh shoot, I forgot to take the door handle cover off. There you go. Let's see if we can find that sound. So when it goes up, it's fine. Oh. Okay, that's kind of scary.
Later that same evening.
Honestly, I don't even know what to do, so I think it's time to call in the big guns. I called in the big guns, so I'm trying to figure out why my window is making noise. So lucky for me, I have an extra set of regulators because I bought new doors for this car and they came with regulators. I don't know if they're going to be adjusted correctly or if I'm going to have any issues, but there's only one way to find out. Where did I put the 10 mil? Should probably test if the window works and if it doesn't make a weird noise. And let's see. Well. All right, so I bought a new window motor or window regulator, whatever you want to call it. And I also bought expedited shipping, so should be here any day now. So I guess I'll just wait right here. Hello? It's officially been a week since I bought the window motor, and it's still not here. I think it's finally here. Oh, is that? Well, I guess I'll have to wait another day for that package, but in the meantime, I finally got new fog lights. Now you might be wondering, why do I need new fog lights? Well, I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but they are two completely different colors. Wait a minute. Now you're the same color? Just nothing makes sense anymore. All right, quick reset. I did some diagnosing and basically the previous owner retrofitted some HID units to the fog lights. So this fog light is blue and then this one turns yellow if it's on for long enough. I'm not a big fan of that, so I'm just going to completely remove the HID system and I'm going to go to LED. Love it or hate it, that's what I'm gonna do. This is before and this is after. And there you go, we're one step closer to finishing this project. Now that we've hit a roadblock on actually fixing things, I think it's about time we get to the paint correction. In case you're wondering why I need to do a paint correction, well, it's because I painted this entire car about a month ago and I'm not a professional, so it's not perfect. So the plan is to go around and find all of the imperfections, wet sand them down, make them smooth, and then we are going to buff and polish the entire car, so hopefully it looks perfect. Now this is going to accomplish two things. Of course, it's going to remove all of the debris and imperfections, but second, it's also going to get rid of all of the orange peel, so this is going to look like glass if we do it right. I'm not gonna lie, it took a long time. All right, another day, another coffee. Let's get back to work. So the trunk is probably the worst panel on the entire car when it comes to debris. See all these spots? That is all debris. On the left side of this panel, there are 13 specks of dirt. We have roughly 75 specks of dirt on the right side. The reason that I mention this is because when I was painting, that side was really close to the wall and a lot of debris got in there. So if you guys ever decide to paint your own panels, make sure to stay away from the wall and not too close, or else you will have all of these little pieces of debris. After what felt like 10 years of buffing, polishing, and sanding, it's officially shiny again. There's still one more thing we have to do. Replace the window motor, and it should be coming in right about now. Finally. Only took about like 3.5 years. Ta-da! All right, let's slap this in. In case you were wondering what broke, whatever this is broke. Out with the old and in with the aftermarket Chinese garbage. What the? Back to my very high level testing. There you go. And just like that, the final step is complete. So you know what that means? It's time to remove some tires. Man, this thing is so much fun to drive. By far, one of my favorite features of driving this thing is feeling like you're constantly gonna wreck it. Even when you're just cruising down the freeway, you have to pay attention. It's like it's constantly just trying to kill you, which makes it fun. My second favorite feature by far is the gas mileage. I think I'm getting 11.2 miles per gallon right now. I just bought one of the cheapest Corvettes in the country. It's hit basically everywhere. Everywhere meaning here, 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 down here, up here, and over here. On both sides, by the way. It was hit up here and over here. The crash bar is fully welded, and I think that looks perfect. I was just given access to a professional paint booth. And just like that, my 3-week painting project is officially complete. All right, let's actually be real for a moment, because this is my childhood dream car, and now it's sitting right behind me and I own one. I'm kind of at a loss for words. I've been driving this for the last few days, and I don't know, I still don't believe it. I still remember when I was in elementary school playing racing games, driving one of these in red and thinking it was just the coolest thing ever. This isn't a video game. This isn't a rental. I'm sitting on one that I own. And arguably the best part is I'm able to share it with you guys. I couldn't imagine it gets any better than this. Now to that one guy that always comments that I do cheap labor, I use cheap parts, and I do cheap rebuilds, I hope these results speak for themselves, because I mean, by all accounts, this thing looks new. And since we're on the topic of saving this thing, I actually have a funny story, or what would have been a potentially very sad story if I didn't buy this car. Because I was contacted by the guy who was bidding against me on this car, and if I didn't win it, it would have ended up in one of the largest Corvette salvage yards. Which means that this thing was literally destined for the scrapyard if I didn't save it. I think I like it more this way. But what makes me love this car so much more is knowing that every single panel on this car looks good because I made it look good. I mean, literally every part was painted by me, and it was my first time ever doing anything like that. So I think it's safe to say that this car holds some sentimental value. But there's still one last thing we have to do. I think it's finally time that we take off the auction sticker. Now, I purposefully left it here just to have proof that this is the same car that I started with, because now it doesn't really look the same. Voila. Also, quick shout out to Haggerty Insurance for making sure that this car has another life. Anyways, I think that's officially the end of a chapter. The Corvette Z06 rebuild is officially done. Now, I think we move on to actually enjoying the car and making it a little bit more fun.